Hi, I'm Stacy. Welcome to the kitchen of my old Kentucky home. Today on Bourbon and Biscuits, we're going to help you get ready for the holidays. Today, Jessica and I are going to be whipping up 2 special holiday recipes. Let's get started. For our southern cheese straws, here's what we'll need. 1 pound of grated cheddar cheese, 1/2 cup or 1 stick of butter, 2 cups of flour, and 1/2 teaspoon each of paprika, cayenne, and salt. All right, let's make some southern cheese straws. This is such a simple recipe, and almost every southern host or hostess has a good basic recipe for this. Some people add garlic, some people add Frank's hot sauce for a kick, or jalapenos. We're gonna spice ours up with a little combination of paprika and cayenne. And you can cut these a variety of ways, I'll show you later, but it's just a great thing to have on hand for a cocktail party. It's great served with a bubbly, which Jessica is gonna make, and it's great to take as a hostess gift in a little cellophane bag as well, and we'll talk about that later too. So the first thing we're gonna do is take our 2 cups of flour that I have sifted, and we're gonna put it into the bowl of a food processor. And if you don't have a food processor, you can also just use an electric mixer. You know, back in the day they did it by hand, so that is possible, but things are much easier these days with all this technology, aren't they? Then we're gonna cut in some butter. I have softened this. This is just a 1/2 cup or 1 stick. And I'm using the dough blade on my food processor because it gives you in a dough dome, it gives you a little extra room to get all this mixed up. And we're just simply gonna pulse this till it's mixed in and good and crumbly. All right, that looking good and mixed in. And the next thing I'm gonna do is just add all my spices before we put the cheese so these get nicely mixed in as well. All right, I'm seeing the color mix through that nicely. So that's nice and mixed. And then this isn't the largest bowl, so I'm gonna add this just a little at a time. Again, this is 1 pound of grated cheddar cheese. You can use different kinds of cheeses as well. And you can use store-bought, already grated, but I'm telling you, it turns out much nicer if you do hand grate your cheese. All right, I've turned this out from the bowl of the food processor, and if you can notice, it's still pretty crumbly. So you kind of got to work that butter in. We're going to press this out. I'm going to divide this in half and roll this out and then cut them into sticks. You can also put this in a cookie press and push it down in, and that makes a pretty shape. You can roll them into coins and then press them, so you could have cheese coins versus cheese straws, but we're gonna make ours the traditional shape. Okay, so we're just gonna keep rolling this dough out, and we're gonna take a knife to this. We're gonna make about 3 to 4 inch long straws and layer these onto a cookie sheet. I've already prepped one with a little parchment, lightly sprayed. And then we're just gonna drop these into a 325-degree oven and cook them about 30 minutes until not golden brown on the top. You just want them slightly brown on the bottom only.
All right, today we're gonna be making a festive Louisville twist on a classic cocktail, the French 75, called the French 78. We're gonna be using bourbon, simple syrup, fresh squeezed lemon juice, and champagne. So I've got ice in my cocktail shaker already. We're gonna do 1 ounce of bourbon. Then we're gonna do 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. And then 1/2 ounce of this fresh squeezed lemon juice. And give that a shake. All right, then we're just gonna strain this into a champagne flute. And we're gonna top it with champagne. And in a traditional French 75, that is made with gin instead of bourbon. but obviously we're in Kentucky, so we're using bourbon. And we're calling it the French 78 because 1778 is the year that Louisville was founded. And we have some French history here, so that'll be a perfect little combination. All right, and the last thing is we're just gonna garnish this with a little bit of a lemon peel. All right, there we have it. It's our French 78.
So, Jess, what did you think of these? Had you had these before?
I have had them before.
Yeah.
They're really good, and honestly, I thought they'd be more complicated to make. That didn't seem.
No,
Yeah.
they're really simple, and they just the whole kitchen is still smelling,
I
right?
know, yeah.
So it's fun to have them baking when guests arrive, but it's also great to have on hand. Like, you know, you can store them for a little bit. I love taking them as little hostess gifts as well,
that's
just tied up
fantastic.
with a little bow. Yeah, and then of course, in a very Kentucky way, just serve them in a mint julep cup. It's
Right.
just an added bonus.
And the bubbly cocktail is a perfect pairing. I love having a welcome cocktail for guests when they come over for holiday parties. And this is just like the lemon bubble are really nice.
I can't believe
Nice
you haven't
combo.
come up with this before.
I know.
We were named after the French king, Louis the 16th, right? I love the 78.
It was
been
such a natural fit, and bourbon and champagne is such a good combo.
It's
but
perfect.
We're here now.
We
made it.
We are. Well, I hope we've given you 2 new recipes to add to your holiday hostess repertoire or host.
Yep, and we'll see you next time on Bourbon
And biscuits.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.